Snapchat era. Yeah, flex mode, this ain't Southwest, this is jet. I ain't gotta shut the cell off, cause the iPhone don't got a jet mode. Bad.
Coach, a very warm day outside by Minnesota standards, but then again, it is still summer. Either way, the AC is working just fine at U.S. Bank Stadium in the Twin Cities. The scene a short time ago, this crowd decked out in purple, and they were in full roar as their guys burst out of the locker room. We're ready for football, folks, as the Vikings get set to do battle with Matt Ryan and the Atlanta Falcons. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. A carry for Devontae Freeman, who missed most of last season. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. And now it's 1st and 10, a big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. After the penalty, here's Freeman. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And a nice spin into some open field. That one good for 33 and a first.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Add the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total. They'll run here with Freeman. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. They'll go again here from the 10-yard line on 2nd and goal. Again, it'll be Freeman. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. A 10-yard touchdown run. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Excellent start there. First drive of the season. Big-time success putting it in the end zone.
And remember, that was done without any real map of how to do it. In other words, the deeper you get into the season, you get game film to work off of, tendencies to work off of. The first drive of the season, things can be entirely different than what you've seen in the past. It's a really good job of execution by them.
That's fielded in the end zone. He'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 22.
Watch the edge. Alert 3, alert 3. Alert 3. Check 31, check 31.
Here's Dalvin Cook, third-year back from Florida State. Desmond Trufant there making the tackle. Well, these two teams, the Falcons and the Vikings, have met 30 times since the Falcons' inaugural year in the league back in 1966. The Vikings winning 19 of those games, but maybe the most memorable game between the two was a Falcons victory. That was in the NFC Championship game back in January of '99. Gary Anderson missed a field goal to potentially win it at the end of regulation, and then the Falcons would get the victory in OT 30-27, and they were off to the Super Bowl. On play action, Cousins. He's got it complete to Stephon Diggs. It's a gain of 16, and the Vikings have the first down as well. From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Now throwing on 1st down and completing it. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets it down to the 30 there. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion.
Timing is everything, and they work on this cut all the time. They work on all the timing patterns, and this time it paid off for them. Worked him to the center of the field, cut it to the outside, ball's delivered, gets both feet down for the completion.
Rudolph on the receiving end from Cousins. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down. On 3rd and 1, here's Cousins. It's brought in by Doxson. And they keep those sticks moving forward, that time with a gain of 3.
Okay, I'm not so great at math, but I just looked over at our statistician, Marvin, and he signaled to me 5 for 5 to get things started here on this opening drive. Where I come from, that's pretty good.
That is pretty good. Now, what do you do defensively to adjust?
Well, this is where you've got to make a decision as a defensive coordinator. Do you really get after the quarterback? Or maybe you tighten down on the receivers, bump them off of their routes, chip away at their timing so things aren't as precise as they've been so far in this game.
They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 13.
45.
Hey, high 7.
Let's get that ball here. Let's get that ball right here. 45, Mike, 45.
Hey, receiver. Watch the screen.
From the gun, here's Cousins. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. Tech McKinley made his way into the backfield. So now after the sack, Cousins and the Vikings come up here 3rd and long.
Gun. Move. Hey, yellow.
Hey, check Mike 45.
3rd and long for Cousins. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And this is caught inside the 5. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. Dan Bailey now for the extra point. It's good, and we're all tied at 7 apiece. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense get the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
On 2nd down now, it's Freeman. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. Holton Hill, the one there to bring him down. Defensively, though, they had a chance there to hit him for a loss. Couldn't get him done.
Looked like someone was able to knife into the backfield, but he wasn't able to get him down. But his compatriots, they were able to grab him at the line of scrimmage and not let him get any further downfield.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Cousins. Now he's flushed out right. Lets it fly for Thielen. And that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown, Vikings! Adam Thielen, 74 yards, and the Vikings have taken the lead. seeing some pretty good offense here in this first quarter.
It's been a wild start to this quarter, as you noted. And now with that lead that we're seeing, can they retaliate? I get the sense this one's going to go back and forth all game long.
And that probably won't be the last long touchdown that we see in this one. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Ready. 25. 58. Any day. 95.
To throw again on second down. Ryan over the middle, and it's incomplete. The former Pro Bowl linebacker Anthony Barr there to jar it free.
There are a good number of coaches that any time they call an in route are really worried about the play because there's so much traffic ordinarily that the ball has to get through to get to the receiver. And on that play, it was batted down.
And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete, certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up fourth down. They'll break the huddle here and go for it. This is fourth down.
Right 40, check, he's coming, he's high, 45.
Here we go on fourth down with Ryan. He's got Sanu. 15 yards, first down, Atlanta.
Mohamed Sanu is a guy that is often overlooked because he just quietly goes about his business. But how about last season? Had a career-high 838 yards on 66 catches, and he can also play Wildcat quarterback for you as well.
And now here's a deep shot that's complete. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Julio Jones. 51 yards. As they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Bryant's extra point up and good. And we've got a tie game here in a back-and-forth first half. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
They go play action. Cousins. And the pressure too much that time as Cousins goes down. Grady Jarrett making his presence felt. He gets the sack. They'll come up after the sack on a 2nd and 12.
What we got? Gun. Me. 45. Mike, 45. I got it. 45, Mike, 45. Oh, yeah, I'm coming. Oh, 300.
Cousins to throw it. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. 15 yards on the play, first down. Cool under pressure right there, escaping the pocket and finding what I think was not his primary target.
And some of these guys are just so comfortable getting outside of the pocket that they'll do it on purpose. It doesn't even need to be a breakdown. They move, and they know it affects the defense, because a lot of times you get lost in coverage in the secondary, and I think you're exactly right. Wasn't his primary target. Found a secondary guy who sprang open, probably because of his movement out of the pocket.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete. He was looking for Adam Thielen there, and it's third down.
Fans do love the long ball, don't they? And he already found his guy once. Tried to give him another chance there, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. Couldn't connect, but as you alluded to, he does have that touchdown from earlier, trying to keep him in the rhythm. Throwing his Cousins. It's hauled in by Doxson. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to fourth down. And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. Throwing, Cousins, and it is incomplete. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out, and the Falcons will take control of the football in great field position.
Push him back. Push him back.
This is Freeman on 1st and 10. He's got a first out and more inside the 30. And finally wrestled down at the 8-yard line. It's a gain of 34. That was excellent from start to finish, from the blocking to the running, just well executed.
And now let's look ahead, because after that, how about a little play action, maybe a little bootleg?
And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Devontae Freeman. Already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend, as his guys are able to regain the lead. Bryant tacks on the extra point, and the lead is now 21-14. And after the touchdown, here's Bryant now to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
We got this.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned it to 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they're going to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
Cousins now. He's got his man. This is Doxson. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. And the Falcons grab it. There he goes, left side. And this is going to be brought back. It's a scoop and score for the Falcon TD. So this defense clicking early in the year, week 1, the return for a touchdown.
The organization made a concerted effort in the offseason to improve this defense. I have to say they like the early returns.
Bryant's extra point up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. So here's the kickoff now, as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway.
Out. 49, check 49, check 49. Check. Shift. Watch the safety.
Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Give them 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. From the 27, Cousins. And Diggs has it. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. The Vikings on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. To throw is Cousins. And he's able to find Diggs. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 44-yard line. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football.
First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. Now this one to his running back out of the backfield. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first.
Watch the twist. Watch the twist.
First and 10 at the 33-yard line.
22 jet bomber. 22 jet bomber.
On first and 10, Cousins.
Check one.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Grady Jarrett able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been under constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. To try again after the sack, Cousins. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee.
Let's go. 45. No chance.
Listen to me.
45.
From the red zone now, Cousins. Incomplete.
Certainly looked like maybe his 3rd or his 4th read on his progression. Just trying to find his outlet man that time. Ends up leading him just a bit too much.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Watch the screen. Watch the screen.
First.
Here's Cousins. And he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. So now after the sack, Cousins and the Vikings come up here 3rd and long. Now Cousins. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Isaiah Oliver with the INT.
Well, Brandon, there's no question who they're going to look to on 3rd and long, but you can bet this defense knows that as well, so they've got him blanketed downfield. And this ball winds up being intercepted.
A pretty good-looking run there on first down. That'll go for 9 yards, just short of the line to gain. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. Up at the 29 now, they'll head to the line, 2nd and a yard. So we are at halftime here in the opener of the 2019 regular season. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Let's go.
The Vikings take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Here are the Vikings.
To make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for him. Over 100 yards receiving for him now in the opener, and it's a first down.
First and 10 at the 38-yard line.
This quarterback now over 300 yards now for the game, and time to improve on that as he's got a first and 10. Now Cousins. Flush to his right. And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. Tack McKinley able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his third sack of the afternoon. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be third down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. And that is incomplete. So coming up empty here to start the third quarter. Already 2 scores down. Got to be careful.
Yeah, I did notice, though, that the captain of the defense patted the quarterback on the helmet on his way out, pretty much letting him know, we know the pressure's on us. We're going to go out there and try and hold serve for you while you figure it out over here on the sidelines.
Watch the screen. Two.
They'll indeed go for it. It's Cousins. And this is incomplete. Good coverage that time by the linebacker, Deion Jones. But down 2 scores, I guess they felt like they needed to go for it. They must have thought they had a play to dial up that they could get it. It didn't work out.
They must have thought, as you pointed out, they had a play. They were probably looking at the number of possessions that they thought were left in the game. And down 2 scores, it must have felt like they couldn't risk not taking a shot here and giving up that chance.
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's second and 2. And now a 10th carry for Freeman. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
First down,
Y'all playing the wrong football.
They'll throw on first down with Ryan. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks. And the return just out across the 15 to the 16-yard line.
As much football as we watch, we've seen this work many times. In the red zone, first down, take a shot at the end zone, and points result. In this case, though, give credit to the defense. They outguessed them, were prepared, and intercepted the pass.
Cousins. He gets this one into the hands of Dalvin Cook. And he'll be about a full yard shy of the 20 at the 19-yard line. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and it'll make it a second down.
Hey, we're good.
Cousins. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Grady Jarrett getting him once again his 3rd sack of the afternoon. To throw, Cousins. And the throw there going to be incomplete. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. A deep ball for Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. 4th down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward.
Give me that ball, defense. Mike's 59.
On play action, Cousins. Going deep for Diggs. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. Second down.
Incomplete. Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 40-yard line.
So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40.
Kill. Hey, can.
To the air again, it's Cousins. Dancing to his left. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down.
Sometimes guys get locked into such a groove. What do we call it? The game slowing down. They see everything happening almost in slow motion. They see the lanes develop. I feel like he's right there.
Well, and you want this from your leader, right? With this deficit, this stage of the game, second half, no quit in him.
Zero.
From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Gun.
Working out of the gun, Cousins. It's complete to Diggs. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. Here's 2nd and 8. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Grady Jarrett, who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon. Cousins from the gun on 3rd. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. And they will get this across midfield, but still well short of the first as he's dropped at the 46. They do get 10 back, but still a ways to go on 4th. 4th down, Cousins. And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not. Tack McKinley, and that will force a turnover on downs. On first down, Freeman. And the lane closes up quickly as he'll get about 3 down to the 38.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
36.
Again, they'll run with Freeman. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
On 3rd down, Devontae Freeman. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the first. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a 4th down. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it. Get the first down. Close it out.
Let's go, defense. Here we go. Mike 54. Mike 54.
Hey, Sal. Hey, watch out. Check Mike 54. Mike 54. All right,
4th down. Here's Ryan. And he's got a man, Calvin Ridley. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. It's a gain of 16, first down Falcons. Well, we looked at each other in surprise going for it on fourth down in the fourth quarter with a lead. But, hey, you get it as a coach. You look like a genius.
So the next time we see Coach, he's going to say, well, that's why I coach and that's why you guys talk up there, right? He had the guts to go ahead and go for it, and it paid off.
Check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Hey, check.
They'll run on first down. It's Freeman. And effective running here. He'll take it down inside the 10. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down. So the solid run on first, and I would imagine no real hurry to run that second down play.
No, it's all in your quarterback now. He's going to keep an eye on the play clock and bleed things down, and he's not going to let the ball be snapped until it's inside 3 seconds left on the play clock. Unless, of course, you're playing a video game, you're trying to run it up on your friend.
Nice touch. Cold-blooded, too. Now he's got it. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect him to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
Here's Ryan, and he's got his star receiver. It's Jones for the Falcon touchdown. Julio Jones, already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Falcons push further out in front. Bryant tacks on the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. And after the touchdown, here's Bryant now to kick it away.
The Vikings take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They had a great drive going last time. They were moving the ball, and then all of a sudden it just stalled out. So we'll see what they can do here, Charles.
And it's always easy to second guess when you don't get it on a fourth down try. But they had to like the feeling that they had going on offense. They want to continue to see if they can capture that again on this drive and maybe get in the same position.
Yeah, and that's, I mean, like I said, they were moving the football. It's not like they went 4 and out, so I don't think it's a deal where the offense doesn't have confidence.
No, I agree with you totally on that one. If anything, they may have gained more confidence. Okay, they stopped us once. That's all right. Let's keep moving it. Make them do it again.
That one's on Garrett Bradbury, the first center taken back in April's draft. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And last time they were stopped on fourth down, had a drive stalled out. We'll see how they respond this go-around.
I'm eager to see what their mindset is, because moving the ball, feeling good, and then that abrupt stop on fourth down, do they go back to the bench and go, oh, boy, they've got something for us? Or do they go to the bench and say, we blew it ourselves. Let's get back out there and move the ball again.
And is it different when you get stopped on fourth versus punt? Is that more motivation for the defense, a little more confidence?
I think as a defense, you're so excited with a fourth down stop. Making them punt, that's your goal anyway. But a fourth down stop, that's almost a sign of disrespect that they went for it in the first place. And when you get that, you feel great about yourselves.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for second down.
Here we go. Here we go.
From the gun, here's Cousins. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. Tack McKinley able to record his 5th sack of the season.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Throwing is Cousins. That'll be complete to Cook. And they'll bring him down here right around the 17-yard line. It's a gain of 7, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Mike is 59. Mike is 59.
Now Cousins on 4th down. He'll find his receiver. That's Chad Beebe. And now this is going to be close. The defense says they stopped him, and they did. Well, at this stage of the game in the second half, down 3 scores, I guess they felt like they needed to push.
And let's face it, with this deficit, if they give up another score here after they didn't get it, does it really matter? Right. It really doesn't. They had to go and try and make something happen if they had any chance of winning this game.
A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. At this stage of the game, with the score where it is, the key here is stay in bounds, and he did just that. Not by a huge margin, but he stayed in.
And those come up in what we like to call winning edge meetings. The things that you have to do, late game situations, kicking situations, doesn't matter what it is, the things you have to do to win a game, and that comes up in that meeting, then you practice it, they've got to be happy to see it executed, being able to stay in bounds and work the clock.
4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
I've got an idea. Let's skip racing to the airport at the end of this game. Let's go to the post-game press conference. I have a feeling that the quarterback of this winning team, he's going to be giving a whole lot of credit to the running game and the offensive line.
Yeah, I was just going to say the offensive line, yes, carrying the ball has been key, but those guys up front, they've made a lot of space. And he'll keep it moving down to the 15-yard line. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. A good run, got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory.
Go, go, go. Go!
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Ryan. And he's got his star receiver. It's Jones for the Falcon touchdown. Julio Jones with now 3 Week 1 touchdowns. And the Falcons push further out in front. Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. And that'll increase their lead to 28.
Makes the score Falcons 42, Vikings 14. Matt Ryan sets the kickoff.
And after the touchdown, here's Bryant now to kick it away.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them.
Mike 5'9".
Watch QB's off.
Play action now. Cousins. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Clemson Tiger, Vic Beasley, reaches home that time. So now after the sack, Cousins and the Vikings come up here 3rd and long.
Hey, switch gears, switch gears. Kill, kill, kill. Turn up. Kill, kill, kill. Turn up.
Check 26, check 26.
third down. Dalvin Cook. And an alley to run. They'll wind up with 17 on that one, but they're still a bit short here for fourth.
This offense really put themselves in a tough spot on first and second down and needing long yardage to try and pick up a first down, and they ended up getting a great run. Explosive, picked up nice yardage. You don't expect to be in this situation on fourth down, but guess what? It all started with what happened on first and second down. Really put them behind the 8 ball.
No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on fourth. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. So time runs out. It's a victory for the Atlanta Falcons. And, partner, I must say, good to see you again. Been too long. And it's good to have football back, isn't it?
Didn't you see me in preseason? Weren't we together in preseason?
Yeah, but preseason, you know, it's preseason. This is week 1.
Oh, you're trying to say real football.
Yeah, real football.
Not preseason football where we shake down the rosters and figure out who's going to play, and maybe the starters don't play as much. Now it's the frontline guys from the first whistle.
Yeah, I tuned you out in the preseason, but now I'm listening to you. So for the Falcons, not much to complain about here. They come in and steal a victory in a tough place to play on a Sunday night. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Minnesota, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to Lambeau to take on the Packers.
Time flies, has